What's up, guys? My name's Dennis Awares, and today we're going to be talking about something that's kind of weird again from Windows and Linux and Microsoft and Docker. So the topic of this video is going to be Docker and Microsoft unite Windows and Linux in the cloud. So this article talks about how Windows is making its Azure platform and its server platforms Docker compatible, and in it being Docker compatibility with the Docker compatibility, we're having containerized applications spanning both Windows and Linux systems. And again, it's amazing to see the turnaround of Microsoft with its new CEO, with its support and its love for Linux now. Well, I don't know if it's real love for Linux, but they're more open to the fact that Linux is here and it's actually a real thing. That they're actually focusing on it in projects, and we still have Visual Studio Code, which is down here, fantastic application made by Microsoft on Linux. So as we see as time progresses, Microsoft's stance on other platforms and alien operating systems other than Windows, we're seeing a lot less hostility towards it. We're seeing a lot less of the Microsoft way is the only way. We're seeing a lot more of, okay, if you're on Linux, if you're on Mac, if you're on Windows, we're going to support you. And to see that's crazy for the idea of Microsoft only a few years ago with Steve Ballmer behind the wheel. It would be the total opposite, because he was all the way through and through, it is the Microsoft way, and that's the only way. If you're not on Windows, you're not getting our application. Screw you. If you're on Linux or Mac, we're not giving it to you. And then with the new CEO, boom, we have Microsoft Office. We have Office 365 on Mac, on Android, on Linux. It's not downloadable on Linux, but you can still use it in a web browser. So things like that, it's crazy. And Docker containerized applications are fantastic. I went to the Google Cloud Next conference in New York City. I went to that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, a couple weeks ago now. I went to that event, and I listened to a lot of speakers talk about containerization and Docker and MySQL. So there's a lot of big things coming out of Docker as of right now, and Docker is going to become a very big thing when you're able to have you lose the problem of dependencies when you containerize an application, having the actual application containerized in its own Linux environment and having that be able to plug into other containers. So very, very cool that Microsoft is so open now, where they're allowing containerization that are spanning both Linux and Windows. That's amazing, and I don't even know how something would be even pulled off like that. But I will have a link, as always, in the description below for this article, so you can go read a little bit more in depth about what they talk about in this article. But again, I almost want a t-shirt like this, but I don't know. Again, I don't know. The question is, and leave your comment in the comments below, what do you think Microsoft's true motives are? Do you think Microsoft is really, really, do you think Microsoft really likes Linux, or do you think it's that thing where, I forgot the motto now. It used to be Microsoft's old motto. It was expand, it was expand, embrace, extinguish. So it's we embrace you, and then we extinguish you. So you think it's something like that, where Linux is going to be extinguished or taken over by Microsoft? Do you think that Microsoft sees the writing on the wall and it's okay, we need to support something like Linux now, because there is a lot of users on Linux, and on the server side, there is a big chunk of people on servers that are run by Linux. I have all of my servers are run on Linux. So I don't know. It's a weird day and age we're in, where Microsoft is really turning around their previous idea of Microsoft's the only way. So that's going to be it for this video. As always, my name's Dennis Awares. Please rate, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.